Welcome to the podcast.
If you like us, leave a comment below.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel now and make sure you never miss another upload. It's time to bring you yet another amazing episode.
Chatting Tracks
With Rob, the face for Radio Burgess.
Hi, it's Robbie from Chatting Tracks, and thanks for joining me on today's bonus episode. It's only a quick one today. If you've not done it yet, please like and subscribe to the channel, and you can check out all the reaction videos, the live streams, and also the guest interviews that I have as well. To cut a long story short, I was on the BBC this week and I did a little promo that they played live on air, and I thought I'd share it with you in case you're new to the channel or the podcast and you don't know what other interviews are out there. Here's a taste of 3 of the people which have played on the show. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-da!
Chatting Tracks. Let's talk music.
Anyway, good. Nonetheless, you're with me here now. It is a joy to have you along, and also a real pleasure to put forward our first upload of the evening. Robbie Burgess from Faversham with Chatting Tracks. Excellent, really excellent this is. It's a podcast where Robbie discusses with musicians everything. They cover music and anything else, and they discuss the latest trends, history of music as well, and this one is great. It's a little kind of preview, I suppose. He'll talk to Nick from Haircut 100 and a couple of other brilliant artists. So here it is then, Chatting Tracks by Robbie Burgess in Faversham.
Welcome to the podcast.
If you like us, leave a comment below.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel now and make sure you never miss another upload. It's time to bring you yet another amazing episode.
Chatting Tracks
With Rob, the face for Radio Burgess.
Hello, and welcome to Chatting Tracks, the podcast all about music. If you love music, then this is the podcast for you. I started this podcast because I love music and I love musicians, and I wanted to find out how some of these iconic tracks were created. On my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube, you'll find live streams and music-related content, obviously as well as the podcast. So that's enough from me. I've done a little 80s special for you today. I'm going to start with Ivan from Men Without Hats, and in this little taster, Ivan tells us how he came up with one of the biggest hits of the 80s, the Safety Dance.
This is a true story. I was, it was the dying days of disco, the end of the 70s. And in the discotheques, every now and then, the DJ would sneak in Blondie's Heart of Glass or Rock Lobster by the B-52s. And we would just go crazy. Hey, wow, new wave. And we'd get up and we'd start pogoing, just jumping up and down, bouncing off each other, the precursor to the mosh pit and to slam dancing. And the bouncers and the people dancing around us had no idea what was going on, thought we were fighting. So we started getting kicked out every time a new wave song would be playing. And I literally went home and wrote a song about it. It's just too much. I was getting tired of getting bounced.
All the way from Canada there, Ivan from Men Without Hats talking about their classic track, Safety Dance. And now over to the UK, where we speak to Nick Heywood. And I asked him, where'd you get the name of the band from?
Yeah, I was literally just a word fanatic and commercial artist. I was a commercial artist. They're working as a commercial artist. So words just meant type. They meant advertising. They meant like to draw you in, to catch your eye. They didn't even have to necessarily mean something in the same way like in Japan when they just have English writing. That's what it is to them. So it could be, I remember sort of seeing a radio and it said, "Go bonkers, go Jack" in it. And you think, what does that mean? But it's just, it's...
Yeah, it's like Spandau Ballet. It's just...
Yeah, no, what does that mean?
Yeah. Sounds brilliant. Means, it must mean something to somebody, or...
It's just wordplay, simple wordplay. And I'm not, my education's at that particular point as well was just, it was immature. So I made stuff up again. It was that stuff. So had the mind to make stuff up I didn't know about.
Chatting Tracks. Let's talk music.
The wonderful Nick Heywood there telling us where he got the name for the band. Now, if you'd like to find out more, you can go to www.chattingtracks.com. That's www.chattingtracks.com. If not, pop anywhere you get your podcasts and YouTube, and you can get the full episodes. And last but not least, we have a national treasure, the wonderful Nigel Planner. And he told me all about Hole in My Shoe and how Neil from the Young Ones became a pop star.
What happened was a mate of mine, Alan McGowan, who was a music booker. He booked a comedy and music club in Brighton called the Wits End. He had the idea. he said, you should be doing a single as Neil. Why don't you do Hole in My Shoe? Which was a damn good idea. And we toyed with the idea of doing it with Marillion, who I was supporting at some of their gigs at the time. And for some reason that fell through. I can't remember why. And then I can't equally remember who it was who suggested Dave Stewart. I think Dave Stewart got to hear that we were doing it and he was keen. I think that's what happened. He got to hear that I was looking around for someone. So I went to meet him and that clicked immediately. This is not Dave Stewart of the Eurythmics, by the way. This is Dave Stewart of Dave Stewart and Barbara Gaskin. And so we went to Spacewood Studio in Cambridge and made the single. And then it was such a big hit that we and the record company thought, well, let's make an album. And the record company wanted a second single and they insisted on it being My White Bicycle, which I never liked that one as much as I felt we should have done something more like Itchy Coo Park as a second single. I think Neil doing Itchy Coo Park would have been really funny.
The wonderful Nigel Planner there. Now, don't forget to go to www.chattingtracks.com to get the full episodes. Alternatively, go to where you get your podcasts or YouTube and you can find the full episodes. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you soon.